Ahoy adventurers! Welcome back to Savage Lands News. We have some exciting news about the High Seas set. 2 days in a row of content. 2 days in a row of releases. We got a bunch of interesting things and we got a better glimpse of what these heroes can do. And a lot of information about the world tour and the upcoming pre-release. So let's dive into it. First things first, we got a brand new video to take a look at, containing a lot of interesting information.
You like the taste of gold and rum.
I do love me some rum, absolutely. And the art's looking amazing. We've been talking about going to the seas for a long time, and it's finally happening.
But beware, a pirate's life.
So, Puffin, Hightail, new mechanologist, they did release what her golden cog tokens look like, so we'll understand a little bit more about her mechanics, and we'll dive into that a little bit later. But is Puffin the bird or the human? Only time will tell. I'm voting on the bird. It does have like a little metal wing. And then boom, tidbit number one, we got some marbles to chase, but of course, you know, it's kind of traditional in Fab at this point.
So, answer me this.
New Ranger hero. Now, I caught a lot of flack for this one because I was calling her Marlin, Marilyn, right? Her real name is Marlin, like the fish, as so many people in the comments told me. Now, this is kind of like a Levia situation where inevitably somebody's going to be correct, but I'm going to call her whatever I want. And we did get to see what her harpoons look like. We'll talk about that later as well.
The abyss, will ye hold your nerve?
Another Marvel, look good. Art in this set is going to be wild. Really love the creative direction we've got here. Really good thematics. Very strong.
But I never were a patient feller.
Wall of undead zombies, love it. And then boom! Gravy Bones. I don't care what any of you say, I love his name. And I'm going to be gravy with my baby. You know what I mean? Necro, new hero, new talent, new class. Love it. I'm going to be a gravy name.
You can't take it to the grave, but the dead ain't tell no tales.
Beautiful. Wow. And confirmation of an Armory deck for Gravy Bones. Sweet. We'll dive into that. They did release the product sheets. And then, boom, mega chase cards. So we've seen this before. There's going to be little golden packs in some of the boxes. Probably a 1 in 3 chance of getting something sick in there. Sick. Then we got our pre-releases. We got our world premieres. Go sign up. Get your tickets. Get your local game store. Play this game. And the set releases on June 6th. Very close to my birthday. So I'm going to call Gravy Bones a birthday present for me. Sorry, everybody. It's my birthday present. So we got those details right here. So once again, sets releasing June 6th of 2025. And we got our brand new Necromancer class and the brand new talent called Pirate, right? So you're not a proper pirate unless you got a taste for salt and a hunger for treasure. And of course, we've got those marvels in there that we saw. We've got that booty we're trying to collect with those treasure packs. It's going to be an exciting time. And it is interesting. This set is being released a little bit early in Japan, okay, on May 30th. So not sure exactly what's up with that, but it's happening. So the Japanese cards are going to come out a little ahead of the American and the rest of the world, okay? And then we got those key dates right here. We've got card previews coming. Love me some preview season. Hopefully I get something sweet. Please, LSS, I love it. I'll make the best video I could ever make. But that's coming May 15th through the 17th. We got the world premiere on May 23rd, Calling Taipei 24th through the 25th of May, pre-release on May 30th through June 8th, Armory deck releasing at the same time as the Japanese cards on May 30th, and then the full set, the boom release is coming back on June, okay? Very, very interesting. And I'll dive into the product sheet a little bit, but we did get some extra fancy new previews of these heroes, okay? So the Necromancer class definitely is interesting. It's kind of like a mixture between an illusionist and like, I don't even know, like a brute. It's got some discarding. It's got 6 power attacks. But here is where you're going to really see the first glimpse of an ally token. So let's zoom in on this guy right here. We've got Chum, Friendly first mate. It is an ally. We've seen allies before, of course. Dromai, Levia, Chain, they all had allies. So we know that allies work by existing on the table with a health pool. You must defeat the health pool entirely in one turn in order to delete an ally. Okay. And you can see that this one has 4 attack. Not bad. Okay. He does cost 4 though. Look at that. That's a very expensive ally. All right. We do know Gravy Bones is kind of blue centric based on his hero text. So I'm guessing getting these on the table is going to be kind of expensive. And then it seems like instead of existing perpetually, kind of like dragons do in the Dromai days or Blasphemous does for Levia, these things require to be activated in order to attack. So it's much more of like a give and take type ally system, which I actually think is really the way it should work, right? Because like just playing an ally and it exists forever and you can attack indefinitely and they all have go again was a little busted. And we've seen it every single time allies exist. They're a little strong. So I do really like the angle here of basically making it that you can only really attack with them if you jump through the hoop. And that's interesting. So here, boom, action. Looks like kind of like a tap mechanic, but it is not named so far. Attack. 4 damage. Instant. Discard a card with Watery Grave. And you can see that Watery Grave is a keyword we'll get to in a second. Until end of turn, opponents must choose this as their target if able. So this is kind of like a little meat shield, like a defensive ally, which I'm all about. And we saw that block card. So my guess in the last video that Gravy Bones might be a little bit of a defensive hero is starting to look like it might be true. And then boom, Watery Grave. When this is put into your graveyard from the arena, turn it face down. So now here's something interesting. I did not anticipate this aspect of the Watery Grave mechanic. I thought that blocking or attacking with these cards intentionally to put them in your graveyard would be like advantageous. But it kind of seems that, unless something different's happening, typically when a card is put face down in Flesh and Blood, it's basically gone for the rest of the game. So my guess is that you actually have to jump through the hoops of your hero text, and cards have to tell you to put cards in your graveyard. Otherwise, they just kind of go face down and these are not going to be playable. Interesting. All right. And then we get a nice, good look at his equipment, his offhand piece. So we don't know what his primary attacking weapon is going to be or if he even gets one. But we do get to see kind of like a book, a token, similar to what like rune blades kind of have. And this one says instant tap. I'm guessing tap. Look at the top card of your deck. The first card with Watery Grave you play from your graveyard each turn gets go again. So this is how you're going to be able to do those turn extensions, because I did notice in the cards that were released yesterday, not very many of them said go again. So that was kind of a question is like, okay, if I have to tap and activate my allies with the cards that I'm playing, how do I then attack with my ally if the card doesn't have go again? Well, boom, here's your answer. So this character's looking pretty complex. Looks like there's a lot of hoops, a lot of decision making going on each of your turns, and I'm all about it. And then boom, we got a pretty new gold card, which looks absolutely fabulous. Anyways, so Puffin, Hightail, Marvel, looking good, full art, bah. And here's where we're getting into that golden cog, which is very much around her hero text. Destroy a gold you control, create a golden cog. The second time you crank each turn, draw a card. So you're going to want to be putting a lot of crank on the table so you can get card advantage, right? That's important. So this one has the keyword crank, which gives you action points, which is amazing. Because you're going to notice none of her cards that we've seen so far really say boost on it. So she's really working with action points from cranking, not from boosting intrinsically, right? She still has access to boost cards, so she can boost. But okay. So this enters the arena with a steam counter. At the start of your turn, destroy this unless you remove a steam counter from it. So really, she's trying to put her hero ability to put golden cogs on the table to give herself action points and to draw cards. Looking great. And then once per turn action, tap a cog you control. This gets +1 or go again. Now that's interesting. This is a 0 for 4, block 3, kind of standard mechanologist red vibe going on here. But you'll notice the lack of boost like we talked about. A lot of these cards aren't saying boost on it. So you're going to have to jump through the hoop of either doing this tap mechanic and giving it go again, or you're going to be having to use your golden cogs and your other crank items to generate action points to keep attacking. Again, a lot of decisions, a lot of things happening, a lot of items on the table. These heroes definitely look like they're a little bit more, I don't even know, like advanced or like puzzle boxy than we've been seeing recently. And then boom, Marlin, our new ranger. Look at her harpoon. It's beautiful. This card is yellow, but it can't be pitched. That is new, brand new. Don't know really where that's coming from. And there's probably because it has to interact with some of those yellow. Maybe it's because of the ranger cards that buff yellow cards and stuff like that. They wanted to give it a pitch value, but that's very weird. You can't pitch it. If this would be put into your graveyard, remove it from the game. So this is a 0 for 2. So a little bit less than I anticipated because I remember seeing harpoons kind of a leak a long time ago. So it turns out those might not be real or they're just a different harpoon. I'm not sure. And we did see the buff in the last one. So looks like you can tutor up these goldfin harpoons, buff them, do a lot of damage, get go again, all that kind of stuff. And again, her hero ability is tap, destroy a gold you control, create a goldfin harpoon in your hand. So yep, confirmed. Whenever you draw a card during your action phase, you may put an arrow from your hand face up into your arsenal. So kind of riptidey. Again, there's a lot of decision making and a lot of processes here going on, right? Like you have the ability to put cards in your arsenal. You have the ability to tutor up goldfin harpoons. Very interesting. And then a new keyword here, go fish. All right, so that's new. That's brand new to this set. When this hits a hero, they choose and reveal a card from their hand. If it's an attack action card, they discard it. You create a gold token. If you've activated a cannon this turn, instead look at their hand and you get to choose. So another thing is mentioned that we haven't really seen before, cannons. So we can pretty much put together that there's going to be a cannon archetype of ranger cards coming in this set as well. And this is pretty disruptive here, right? Certain decks mostly run action cards, right? Some decks run almost entirely attack action cards, so this could be pretty good. But getting to choose is really like the cream of the crop, right? That's what you're trying to do. You really want to disrupt their turn. 2 for 6, block 3. Okay, interesting. Brute math, right? Not the most valuable card, but it does have some on hits, and it does look quite good, actually. And then we got these golden treasure packs. So they added another chase card to this set. Just like before, you're going to be opening boxes. You'll see a golden pack. That golden pack will contain extra special chase cards that you can get. And most likely there'll be one card in particular that is extra rare. And we'll dive into the product sheet in a minute. But for those of you who really love gambling, there you go. And we kind of covered this, but we got the world premiere coming up. And then we got some sweet looking promos. Another card that was kind of spoiled here, Treasure Island. This is a landmark card, just like the last one. Landmarks, most of the time, at least historically, have been draft cards. You didn't really play them outside of draft. But this one says, the first time a hero is attacked each turn, put a gold counter on this. Whenever you or an ally you control deals damage to an opposing hero, you remove that many gold counters from this. Then create gold tokens equal to the number of counters removed this way. So this one seems much more playable and permanent. This one definitely seems like how they're generating their gold, right? So this one seems quite good. And it could even be good in some other heroes, maybe. It depends on how like the wording of the legality of this card works. But it doesn't have like a pirate mark on it. So we'll read when they publish this exactly who can play this and who can't. But this is a gold generating item. All the heroes want gold. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, right? And then one final promo released here. I believe this is Snatch. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, 4 go again with 2 block, 0 cost. Looks like Snatch. Gambling related. I do love it. It fits. All right, and then we got some promos to chase. Now, we already covered these, but the words on them were a little blocked. So let's go ahead and review these. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may pitch a blue card from among them. So free pitch? Kind of free, because you did pitch a blue, or you did play a blue to do this. Put the rest into your graveyard. So this is really interesting because we know he has so many hoops to jump through. So you're playing a blue to hopefully pitch a blue. There's a lot of RNG with this hero. It kind of feels like feeling very close to home. And then put the rest in your graveyard. That is actually facilitating the rest of his issue, where you need to put watery grave cards in your graveyard without them going face down. So this is actually making a lot of sense, right? Create a gold token for each yellow card put into your graveyard this way. So man, he's really looking complicated, right? Like there's a lot of things going on. Your deck building requirement is to be very blue. We all know yellow cards typically are below rate and not really favored to be put in your deck. This card is kind of saying put yellow cards in your deck. Yeah, it's a lot of text. These heroes are looking hard, okay? They're looking really interesting and really fun. And then we got Golden Sky Warden. When this defends, you may destroy an item you control. If you do, this gets +1 block. If a golden cog is destroyed this way, create a gold token and repeat this process. So a 4 for 7, I would call like very strange for a mechanologist, right? Very weird. And again, it's got a lot of weird decision making here. So it can block pretty well and it can generate gold. So if you somehow manage to put 3 golden cogs on the table, you can delete them all, make 3 gold, and block for what? 5? Interesting. Seems like a lot of hoops to jump through though, and it's yellow. And then we got Big Game Trophy Shot, which we did cover in the last one, but this is the buffing +4 to your harpoon, and it gives it a on hit to create a gold token, and then it lets you draw a card and discard a card. And we're most likely trying to discard Watery Grave cards here, although we haven't seen that many Ranger Watery Grave spoilers yet. And we already covered Gravy Bones in the last video. Again, he's looking hard to play. Puffin's looking hard to play. And Marlin looks a little bit more straightforward than the rest of them, but still got a lot going on. And then boom, we have a new alt art of Gravekeeping, which looks pretty freaking sweet. And we covered these in the last video. So here's some more insights on the Necromancer. I won't go into detail on these again, but you're seeing the defensive Necromancer play. And we're starting to get a little bit more insight on this ally tutoring, right? When this attacks, you may an ally you control. If you do, this gets go again. So here's like a nice, sweet turn extender. 0 for 4, activate your ally, go again, attack with your ally, boom, right? I'm assuming one of the allies will have go again, because then you can do something like play a card, use your offhand weapon, give it go again, attack with an ally, give with the ally with go again, play this card, attack for 4, get go again, attack with an ally, right? We're seeing the puzzles coming together. We're seeing it. We almost missed one. Yeah, they snuck this one in the product description. It's not even on the card gallery. So let's go over it real quick. Rigamortis. All right. We got another ally. This one is much more attack centric, right? 6 power, 1 block health. This guy's fragile. This is a Kadachi fodder right here. But this one actually costs a resource. So this is new, right? 1 resource, tap, attack, and it has Watery Grave. And it's only a 1. So 1 for 6 here is not bad. It is very fragile for an ally, but it's pretty cool. And they almost snuck this in here. I almost missed this. All right, back to the video. And then, okay, let's dive into that product release. So expansion slot once again. So other heroes are going to be getting some support here. It's going to be great. We'll probably see these revealed during the teaser season, right? That was mentioned up above. Hopefully we get a brute card. Hopefully, right? Set code's called C. Makes sense. 265 cards, 1 fable, 6 legendaries, 46 majestic, 64 rares, 127 commons, 18 basics, and 21 marvels. Damn. That's a lot of marvels. This is going to be a pretty fun set to collect and open, I'm guessing. 16 cards per pack, 24 packs per display, 4 displays per case, always kind of the same. Designed for booster draft, 3 packs. Sealed is 8, and of course it'll be playable in construction. And then it's available in English and French, although I thought I saw the Japanese up there. So interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. Looks great. Looking sweet. Yeah. Treasure pack. Oh, here we go. 1 treasure pack per display. Now, each one, that's actually not that bad of a pull rate. So 1 gold slot, 1 map slot, 1 treasure slot in the middle, protected by the other one. So this treasure slot is going to be where you get the goodies. The treasure slot contains a gold foil or a lost, or cold foil or a lost treasure. So it seems they've upped the amount of these. And you're probably super searching for that lost treasure, right? That's going to be my guess. And then Gravy Bones Armory deck. 60 cards, just like the last couple. Hero and weapon and equipment cards. Yeah. So it looks like they're really trying to give that Necromancer support right out of the gate. Maybe help us, guide us with our playstyle decision making. So let's wrap up real quick. Well, there you have it. We've got so many exciting things coming out of Flesh and Blood recently. I can't believe it. These heroes look nuts. They look complicated. They look intricate. That is my favorite style of set release, to be very honest. And we have a lot of really exciting events. The World Tour is continuing on, and we've got World Premiere Taipei coming. That's a $20,000 event, that calling. Go there, try and get your cash, collect those shiny promos. It's going to be awesome. That's where you get the Treasure Island, right? That sweet-ass card. Now, also, we've got over 1,500 local game stores participating in the pre-release. So if you can't make it to Taipei, which it is hard to get to there, you know, it's a little expensive on your wallet, especially when you're going to be spending so much money on Gravy Bones cards, go participate in your local game store. There's some sweet promos you can get there, and the Armory deck is coming pretty soon. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be a Gravy Bones main. I'm going to go collect my booty, and I'm going to fish for those. I'm going to go fish for those golden packs. All right. Don't get in trouble. Pirate life is deadly. Have a good day.